Welcome back to the monthly La Niña Outlook. This is for March, April, May, and let's get into it. So starting off, how to read this forecast. It's very plain language. This time I made it more simpler to understand. El Niño, La Niña, that's ENSO. Think of it as the Pacific Ocean's mood. When the ocean is warm in the tropics, that's El Niño. It kind of shifts the rain belts and jet streams worldwide. When it's cold, that's La Niña, and right now we're in a very weak La Niña, transitioning to neutral. By May, El Niño nor La Niña will be the one there. That's ENSO neutral. The PDO is the Pacific Decadal Oscillation. It's ENSO's slower and bigger cousin, as a lot of people define it. It's more of a long-term pattern of warmer, cool water in the North Pacific. Flips every 10 to 30 years. That's why it's called decadal. It has the word decade in it. Right now it's negative at negative 1.01, so it's cooler than normal. The negative PDO usually reinforces La Niña's effects, keeping the northern area, which is us, a bit cooler and wetter, especially in early spring. The IOD is the Indian Ocean Dipole, which measures the temperature difference between both the western and eastern Indian Ocean. Positive IOD, like where we are now, which is 0.69 degrees Celsius. It means that the western Indian Ocean is warmer than the eastern. And that could push a little extra warmth to fight against the cool from the PDO and La Niña. It's a little mild warming. How they work together. This spring, the three signals would pull in different directions. La Niña and negative PDO stay cooler and wetter. The IOD adds a little warmth. ENSO going neutral by May. That's the current prediction. That means that La Niña's signal fades, and that means a murkier, near normal spring with the best severe weather window opening in April when warm air fights back. Currently, this Climate Prediction Center put out a La Niña advisory. They said that the Niño 3.4 index, which is essentially how we find out if we're in La Niña, neutral, or El Niño, is negative 0.5, and it's weakening. Again, with the PDO, that was negative 1.01, which is negative, obviously. IOD, positive 0.69. We're looking at neutral by April or May. The Climate Prediction Center did issue an El Niño watch for it emerging sometime in June through August. Technically, La Niña is still active, reinforced by that PDO. The combination usually supports a cooler and wetter than normal pattern for upper Midwest Great Lakes. However, the IOD brings in a little bit of warming. So as ENSO transitions to neutral through April and May, and La Niña's influence will fade, the PDO and IOD will kind of fight. That would usually result in a near normal spring overall, with the most dynamic severe weather late April as warm and unstable air is fighting against the resistant jet stream. This month, below to near normal now. Earlier it was supposed to be above normal. La Niña and the negative PDO together favor the cooler than average March. Expect temperatures running a degree to 3 below normal for much of the area. Of course, warm-up is still possible. We saw a warm-up, but models do show it's going to cool off again and stay cooler. You get occasional days where it's warm. Precipitation is above normal. We've already kind of seen that. Severe weather there was a fairly low risk. Early March, very low. We did have a bit of the threat, and we do have a threat tomorrow, actually. Late March, a low confidence window does exist. It's not a high confidence thing. Temperature in April, near normal, because as it fades to neutral, the strong cold bias fades, and the IOD can nudge some warmer temperatures up. Precipitation near to above normal. The active jet stream pattern during neutral phases and transitions do usually support enhanced storm activity. So just expect near normal to potentially above normal precipitation. Because the PDO does contribute a bit to wet. Severe weather, moderate threat level. April would be the best severe weather month out of March, April, or May, with neutral transitions historically producing larger severe weather setups. Late April would be the highest confidence severe window. Tornadoes, hail, wind, all possible. Of course, we don't know that. We'll find that out. This is a fairly low confidence just because severe weather is very difficult to predict. May, we would see near to above normal temperatures again, near to below normal rainfall, which is a little different than what we've seen. And then low to moderate threat for severe weather. I rarely see severe weather in May. There's like one day in May that we see. Northern zones would see reduced risks, while Davenport, Chicago could see a little more supercells. Again, here's your severe weather. 25th through 31st of March, Davenport, south of O'Hare, you can see some isolated strong storms, wind and hail, low threat of tornadoes. The 10th through 20th of April, all areas south of Milwaukee, supercells possible. Main threat being wind and hail, tornado is possible threat. Then April 20th through the 30th, the full area I cover, that's Chicago's, National Weather Service Chicago's Illinois area, Davenport, and Milwaukee. Supercells, mesoscale convective systems, which rotate around the pressure system, are likely. Large hail damaging wind, tornado all possible. May 5th through 15th, squall line threats, tornadoes low. And I will give you all a minute just to look over this. It is essentially the same as what I discussed, but a very quick summary. I don't like the emojis that were put in. I don't even think they're emojis. They looked good when I originally made it, but now they don't look that great. So that is all for today's La Niña update. I'll have a short out for the severe weather that we expect. Again, this is a fairly low confidence. Just in terms of temperature, that's a little higher confidence. Severe weather, low confidence. Please consider subscribing to get updates on the severe weather when and if it occurs.